Marquette County today. I'm with Tod Poirier. Tod has been with us before. He's a great guy to go out with because he knows this area so well. And he's got us going out today, and you got us going on kind of a little circle tour, I guess.
We're going to do a fall color tour. We're starting out here on County Road 510 on the new bridge over the Dead River. Colors are a little weird this year. We've had some funny weather. We're going to see a lot of great color. We're going to see some still green. This is the new bridge. Been put in about 10 years ago. The old bridge is still down there. It's a real pretty view from up here.
It really is.
And we're going to head north on 510 up to the AAA road, cut across AAA to Big Eric's Bridge and Lots, and come down from Lots and take 41 back to Marquette.
As long as we don't get lost.
As long as we don't get lost. There's a lot of logging roads up there we can take the wrong turn on.
We have before, so I'm hoping you know the way.
I'm hoping I know the way too.
Okay, so we're going to get going, and hopefully we're going to show you some nice color and some beautiful scenery. We stayed at the top of the bridge for a while, enjoying the scenery. In 2010, the old bridge was replaced with this more modern bridge. It gives a stunning view of the Dead River and the old bridge. We left this bridge and headed down for an up-close look at the old 510 bridge. Tod, one of the nice things about this area is we can come now, we've been to 3 different views of this. There's just a lot of places that people come just short walks, nice walks.
Yeah, beautiful.
The fall colors along the Dead River by the 510 bridge are a spectacular sight, offering vivid display of nature's beauty in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. During the autumn months, typically from late September to mid-October, the area surrounding the Dead River transforms into a vibrant mosaic of colors, with a dense forest lining the riverbank showcasing a breathtaking array of reds, oranges, yellows, and golds.
Just up on that bridge, we stopped at the public access site. Now we're on the old bridge. This is a little pocket park the county created, and it's a beautiful place. The river is really nice right here. There's quite a few camps on this basin, but you really can't see a lot of them. They're set back in the trees. It's pretty. It'd be a nice place to launch a boat and just spend a day tooling around.
It would be. It would be beautiful. It is beautiful down here. I'm just amazed. And you know, it's easy to get to because you can drive to all these places that we've just stopped at. And then just a short walk out and you're ready to go. What do you say we head to the next spot?
Sure.
The old 510 bridge was originally constructed in the early 20th century, around 1921. The bridge was a single-lane steel truss bridge, a common design for that period. It features a Pratt truss design characterized by diagonal members that slope towards the center of the span, which was typical of bridges built during that era. The old 510 bridge was not just a transportation structure, it was a piece of local heritage, reflecting the engineering practices and rural development patterns of the early 1900s. It served the community for many decades, providing a critical connection for residents. Over the years, the bridge began to show signs of aging and structural wear. By the late 20th and early 21st centuries, concerns about the safety led to restrictions on its use. It was eventually closed to traffic. After spending time at the old 510 bridge, we moved down to the Dead River Basin. Managed by the Van Riper State Park, the Dead River Storage Basin spans 2,724 acres in size. This is a great spot for camping, spending a day on the lake, or fishing. The Dead River Storage Basin has a large population of sunfish, northern pike, smallmouth bass, walleye, and yellow perch. Here, now this is actually called the Dead River Basin then?
Dead River Basin. This is the Dead River. The original dam was built for loggers back in the late 1800s, 1890s.
Oh, wow.
And a hydroelectric dam was built, I believe it was around the 1920s.
Okay, it's been there a long time,
It's
too.
been there a long time, yes. And one of the things that happened right away, one of the Yooper traditions is having camps. Everybody goes out deer season, hang out camping, fishing, a lot of fishing out here. So a lot of camps got built up along the length of this. It's a rather long basin, 8 to 10 miles long, something like that. You've got a few places in the middle where you don't see a lot of cabins, but if you got a boat on here, you see a lot of people out here.
Okay, I noticed, now, we were just on the other side of the dam here. We've seen boat launch down there. We've also got a nice one here. This one looks like it'll handle a little bit bigger boat.
Yep, and there's some big boats out here. This is a beautiful place to have a boat. You do have to be careful. Some of the water gets kind of shallow. There's still stumps in it.
There's a hard surface ramp available to provide easy water access. So here we go, continuing our road trip in search of more fall beauty. Less than 2 miles south of County Road 510's bridge over the Yellow Dog River, there is another, smaller bridge over Big Pup Creek. Park near the bridge and head directly down to the creek. Follow the water downstream for a few hundred yards to view all the upper falls. We came out of Marquette and we're on Road 510, and we're taking that for quite a few miles. Now in the beginning it was paved, but then it turned to just dirt and gravel.
Yep,
and
it's a gravel road up here in the north. We're going to hit a little pavement a little further up. One of the things they've done is to help preserve some of these streams like we're at now is they paved where the bridges are, so it doesn't wash as much sediment into the river, which is real nice to see. Helps the fish.
You can actually go up and fish some of these rivers, trout fishing?
I didn't say that out loud.
Oh, you don't have to. We're going to go down. There's actually some falls down here now,
yes,
too.
There's a few waterfalls down on this one. A couple of these rivers out here have falls on them. This one is right off the road, easy stop.
Can I ask what the river's name is?
This is the Big Pup.
Okay.
The Big Pup and the Little Pup, and the Big Pup is the one that's got the falls on it.
Okay, so we're going to take a walk down, it's a little bit further on here, and see the falls. Running alongside County Road 510 for a short time, Big Pup Falls is a set of waterfalls in a classic Heron Mountain setting. Multiple small drops over dark volcanic rock, hemmed in by mossy banks and tall trees. The upper drops on the creek make a perfect setting for easy visits. To visit the larger lower falls, you can either continue downstream through the brush and swamp for another mile or so, or cut forward on the 2 tracks. Big Pup Creek is a tributary of the Yellow Dog River. The creek winds its way through a lush, forested area characterized by mixed hardwoods, conifers, and dense undergrowth. This creek, along with its surrounding wilderness, is relatively secluded, providing a peaceful setting for visitors seeking solitude and a more intimate connection with nature. County Road 510 seems to be a treasure of scenic stops, and our next one is no different. Located just off of 510, another spectacular scenic overlook called Thomas Rock. Well, Thomas, we're coming up the trail here. Now, well, why don't you tell us where we're at first?
We are at Thomas Rock, which is just southwest of Big Bay. We've got these informational markers along the trail to tell you what some of the plants and trees you see are. This one says, we're looking at a big tooth aspen. It's a big tree right there.
Wow. You say those real fast, though?
Big real fast. I'm guessing that one 30, maybe 40 years old.
Okay, that is big.
A lot of them die before they get that big. Interesting thing about those is if you have a sauna, you like saunas?
Yeah.
The wood doesn't heat up. It's one of the few woods that makes a nice sauna bench.
Oh, very good. That's something I didn't know.
So on our way back out of here, let's drop that, throw it in the back of the truck.
Yeah, that will work. God, you know, getting up here and looking around, I remember this spot they had. We were up here maybe 35 years ago. None of this was here. Nope. It didn't look like this at all. Just some rocks sticking out, and you could come in here, and it was called the Gobbler's Knob.
Yep. Back then, everybody called it Gobbler's Knob. Since then, it's called Thomas Rock now. I believe the guy's last name was Thomas. Owned all this, and when he died, he willed it to the township, Powell Township, which is where Big Bay is. And they turned it into this park here with all these walkways and informative nature trails. There's quite a series of trails out here, and the best view you'll find up this way.
Boy, you're not kidding. And we're looking out now on Lake Independence.
Lake Independence is in the foreground. Lake Superior is in the background. Big Bay is just off to the left there as you're looking at the TV screen. You can see the water tower. There's an old chimney there that used to be part of a bowling pin factory that Henry Ford built when he owned land up here.
Okay. Great spot to come up to. colors may or may not have peaked. We're not really sure what's going on, but if you can get them when they're peeking out, I'll tell you what, this is the place to be, because it'd be lit up all over you.
It would. It has been. I've been up here before with peak color, and it is incredible.
So I have a little telescope here. Bring your quarters along, and you can look through that and get some close-ups of the town of Big Bay.
And some of those ore boats that are off in the distance there too.
Yeah, good idea. Amazing how it looks so different today. When we came the first time, it was a hike to the top with no protective wall and stairs and no park, just pure wilderness. Amenities include on-site toilets near the parking lot and railings and benches along the path. As you walk along the wide trail, keep an eye out for informational posts describing the local wildlife and plants. Thomas Rock is a nice hike for visitors of most skill levels, as it offers a fun and easy excursion. Family-friendly, dog-friendly. Here's a short clip from the first time we came here with Marquette guide Fred Huffman. Just a guess, but I'll bet old Fred is retired by now.
Tom and Denny drove north on 550 to the town of Big Bay, where they met with Fred Huffman of Marquette Country Tours out of Marquette, and we were anxious to get started. Greg had no trouble convincing Tom that there was a secluded spot on the Yellow Dog River where the trout might be biting. So while Tom and Greg headed off for the river, Fred assured Denny that he'd get his chance on the Yellow Dog too. Maybe they'd even have time to get in some walleye fishing on Lake Independence as well. But in the meantime, there were these scenic overlooks that were just begging to be climbed. It was a hike, but what a view. All the way up, Fred kept reminding us about all of the things you could do out here. When we finally reached the top and had a chance to catch our breath, we just had to ask, who owns all this land anyway? Fred was quick to respond.
About the only thing that goes on here is a little trout fishing and a lot of logging. Most of this land is owned by big private companies, and it's covered under the Commercial Forest Reserve Act of 1926, and as a result, much of the land is open to the public. In fact, you rarely come across the no trespassing sign in this area here, and it gives virtually total access to almost all the acreage up in this rugged Huron Mountains, Yellow Dog Plain area.
Just imagine someone else owns the land, pays the taxes, and you get to hunt, fish, and hike. How much better could it get? We couldn't think of a more ideal situation. While Fred and Denny enjoy the view, let's see if Tom and Greg have found that fishing hotspot that Greg was talking about. We found them doing what fishermen do best. I don't know whether that's a hotspot, but those waterfalls sure look inviting. It was hard to imagine a more scenic backdrop as we found the Yellow Dog River to be as beautiful as the stories we had heard. Apparently, we weren't the only ones to think so either. Since 1992, 4 miles of the Yellow Dog River have been declared a National Wild and Scenic River under the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act. Oh, and about that hot spot? We'll just have to take their word for it. Those guys were having way too much fun to stop and talk to us. We asked Fred about the view from the top of this mountain. What exactly were we looking at? Again, Fred provides us with an answer.
We're up here on Gobbler's Knob, which is a rock outcropping that overlooks beautiful Lake Independence, which we'll be fishing this evening for walleye, perch, and pike, and also overlooks the village of Big Bay, which you can see immediately behind me. It's marked by that big white water tower. Right in front of us, right behind me, of course, is the old Henry Ford sawmill, which was in operation until 1947. And beyond the narrow ridge of land that you can see on the north side of Lake Independence, of course, is Lake Superior. Now, Big Bay gets its name from the big bay you can see right on the other side of the north shore of Lake Independence there. And there's just a narrow band of land that separates Lake Independence from Lake Superior.
Our next stop is basically called an adventure, as we stopped to hike a stream off Eric's Road. As we were driving west across northern Marquette County, where only Tod seemed to know where we were at, he said, "Pull over at that old bridge and park. If there is a bridge, there is water." So down the bank we went and followed the stream into another beautiful wilderness area. Well, we've got ourselves back in the middle of nowhere. We've been going along, I believe it's AAA Road.
Cut off the AAA road, we hit the Ford Road, we hit Northwestern Road as well, I believe.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, we're lost. But we're out here. You find these little creeks out here that are it's just beautiful to come out and walk along. It's a little slick, a little hard too, but you can see Tod, he just crawls across the river here on the rocks, and I'm not going to do it. I've already been down once today. I don't want to get wet. So tell us a little bit about what you think this area is.
I'm not sure what this creek is, but it runs into the Huron River just down a little ways. We're close to Big Eric's Bridge right now. It's popular for steelhead fishermen. There's a smaller salmon running the river. There's a beautiful campground right at Big Eric's Bridge. And we'll also be going down to the mouth of the Huron. There's a campground down there.
Okay.
It's just one of the really remote, pretty places in the UP.
It really is. I've seen a couple of ATVs out on this road since we've been on it, and we've been, how many miles you figure we traveled on it?
12, 14 miles.
Okay. And 2 ATVs, not another car, not another truck, just us out here, and it is really nice. I mean, you come out into this area and you are definitely in the middle of nowhere, and you can come down along these creeks. It's just a beautiful spot. Got a picnic with you. Bring it on down here. You can sit on the side of the shore. Babbling brook coming through. Great place to be.
It is.
One of the things I like coming over the woods like this and finding these little streams is they're so beautiful to walk along. They're rocky and rough, and it's rugged country out here. We're climbing all over the place trying to get through, but it's always well worth it. You got to get up here and try it.
This is the Yellow Dog. There's a lot of falls on the Yellow Dog. This is one of the ones further downstream than a lot. I've heard tell there's some brook trout in here, but I can't say I've ever caught any, at least nothing big.
It looks like a good river for it, though.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, you may notice I'm sitting out there with my sunglasses and my hat. I lost them on our way down here. When you come down here, it can get pretty rough. I hit a muddy spot and slid down a little hill here and lost my hat and stuff, but I'll pick that up on the way back. I'm all muddy, though. Yeah. I'd smell from Dunny. So this is a great little spot. Now, we have hit the Yellow Dog Falls up in the McCormick Wilderness Trek.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, and this is the same river then?
Same river, quite a few miles downstream.
Okay.
It's been real dry this fall, so the water is low. It's usually up a little higher than this. Noticed that back in the Big Pup when we stopped at those falls earlier too.
Right. Generally during the fall, probably it does lower a little bit.
It is a little bit. Usually by now we've had a lot of cold rain, which we haven't had this year.
Yeah. Okay. But it's just beautiful back here, whether you've got a lot of water running or just a little water running. Great place to be. I think the best part of the falls is down there, though.
Yep, there is a much nicer part of the falls downstream. You can look up, you can see all this, plus a bigger drop down there.
All right.
We'll see if we can't get down there yet.
Yeah, I'm looking for a way back. Well, we're on the road again, heading to Big Eric's Bridge to enjoy the beauty of the park and a small waterfall. If you like the solitude of the Upper Peninsula, this is a place for you. The Big Eric's Bridge State Forest Campground is a secluded, rustic campground and is on the pristine Huron River watershed. There are 21 sites for tents and small trailer use. Camping is limited to a 15-day maximum stay. Amenities include vault toilet and potable water from a hand pump well. sites are available on a first-come, first-served basis. The park is very popular among fishermen for trout and steelhead runs, including Tod. This great destination provides ease of access to a wilderness wonderland for hikers, hunters, ORV, and outdoor enthusiasts. Well, Tod, it looks like we have made it over to Big Eric's Bridge.
We did. We did it without getting lost or broke down.
I'm kind of surprised. The road got a little rough out there. I guess if anybody coming back, you probably want a high clearance vehicle and or ATV. We've seen ATVs out here too. So.
Well, you know, that's what us Yoopers call an improved dirt road.
Oh, good name for it. Good name for it. So yeah, this is a little bit of a surprise. I did not expect to see all this rock. Nestled along the serene Huron River lies Big Eric's Falls, also known as Lower Huron Falls. Unlike many waterfalls that boast a single dramatic plunge, Big Eric's takes a more playful approach. Here the water dances and twirls over a series of cascading drops, each a few feet high, but stretching an impressive 100 feet wide. It's a mesmerizing sight, the water shimmering in the sunlight as it creates a natural staircase down the rock face. The name Big Eric's Falls carries a fascinating history, paying homage to a logger named Big Eric Erickson who worked in the area during the 1920s. His legacy lives through the stunning waterfall, a constant reminder of the region's rich past and its connection to the logging industry. Reaching this hidden gem requires a bit of an adventure. Before we moved on, we had to have some traditional UP food, the pasty. The perfect way to end this trip, not to mention satisfying our hunger. Were these good. You know, part of the things we've been doing on this trip was going out and trying the different pasties. We've mainly been staying in Schoolcraft County, but we came up here today to go out with Tod into the backwoods and really some of the beautiful landscape that's up here. And he said, hey, I got pasties with me too. And so we said, well, we're going to try them out too. Do you remember where he got them?
I remember they came from a little bakery in Wakefield. I don't remember the name of it. We were driving through yesterday. Their baked goods were excellent. I'm assuming the pasties are going to be excellent as well.
Now, there's quite a few different types. You put, are these would be traditional?
These are pretty traditional.
Okay.
I remember their sign said something about a general pasty and a traditional pasty. The traditional pasty, they also put the rutabaga in it, which their general didn't. I don't know which ones we got. I was there 5 minutes to closing, and I just got what was on the shelf.
We got food.
We got food.
All right. Let's eat. Well, this was our last stop on this trip, and it was as much fun as you can find in the backwoods of the Upper Peninsula. And what a peaceful area. With a storm coming in and the cobalt blue skies, it was so quiet and serene you could hear a pin drop. Last time we were at mid-stop, we were up at Eric's Bridge, and you remember the river up there and all the rocks, and it didn't even look like that much water. But now we're down at the mouth, and we're right here on Lake Superior.
Yes, we are, and we got lucky. You see that storm over the lake there that we missed?
Yeah, just barely, because I'm feeling little drops here and there, but the storm seems to have gone away from us. And you mentioned Huron Islands that are out here?
The Huron Islands, not a lot goes out on there. I know a lot of migrating birds will nest out there. They do some bird studies out there. Got the river emptying in right here. We drove through some camping areas that I'm assuming you're going to have on the episode that people can see.
Yeah, we'll do that. And now, we get a lot of fishermen that come down here to the mouth to fish.
Yes, there are quite a few fishermen that come out here. You can pick up some coaster brook trout off of shore. The steelhead will go up the river. It's a popular place.
We would travel to the Keweenaw Bay to say so long to Tod until our next adventure. You know, of all the time I have spent up here in the Upper Peninsula, going all over the place, I thought I had seen everything. But every time I go out with you, You show us all new things that I just can't believe they're so beautiful. We really appreciate you taking us out and showing us these places, because I don't think we'd ever found them on our own.
Well, I love being out with the Great Getaways guys.
Okay, and we're here in the town of Lawrence, and we're going to call it a day. Sun's going down. It's not going to be around much longer, so
That's right.
hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you would like more information on today's journey, just go to our website at greatgetaways.tv. And don't forget to go to our Facebook page and tell us what you thought about our trip. So long until next week.